G'day, welcome back to my Oxygen Not Included as we attempt to survive the day. I would say the next 30 minutes. So, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn them off ultra priority, leave them on 9 so we don't have to listen to the alarm. And what I'm going to do is leave us on just normal speed while we attempt to broach some things. So, one thing suggested was that we just remove everyone from working in here for now. I mean, I was thinking as well, possibly in theory, what I actually should do is set the manual generators to just be part of the network. Um, like I realize that their function to this point has just been operating those lights, but I mean we could always just actually use that electricity in the network. But those guys operating on this would probably be a little bit more handy. The other suggestion of just like initial punch things was to go get Meep um, and get him to help out as well. Get jammed in there for the while. All right. So, um, another suggestion, this was on two different things. It was suggested that I should get batteries in working for the refineries, and that I should get this guy on his own transformer. So I like it. I think that still let that just run through there, and instead what we'll do is we'll we'll disconnect that one, and on this top side we'll disconnect those two, and we will go straight up, run a cable. Well, cancel the deconstruction of that one because we'll keep it, and we will just run straight up to there. Put a transformer just there, and then a heavy watt wire can run straight up, so that that guy just has his own system. Although I have just missed a key point of what I was doing here as well, is that we also want a smart battery in here. So smart battery will deconstruct that cable. Okay. So it'll be cancel. Cancel that one. The smart battery will just run from that down to these two. Suggestions on all of these as well. So, no, was it those or was it generators? Sorry, it's not the oil refinery. It is the generators that I want to do that for. So, um, cancel that. We will keep that. That's part of the plan. It's just we'll run him there. And these guys suggested that we'd want to give batteries. I realize they're just going direct at the moment. So they have their own transformers. Does it actually matter if they're just sort of directly on the main line? Let's work on this. Now it is pointed out, and I had actually considered this too, that there's a problem with the layout that I've done in that if I'm whirring this up to cool down the liquid is then going to warm up as it comes back into here. So I can only have, like, it's got to be one or the other. There's got to be two separate tanks of essentially oil that is in this operation. So, what I was thinking that that means is that I actually need to start just having this oil pump permanently out and run around. I don't mind the idea of the liquid being the only, like the oil being the only thing in the pipes, because I can surely assumably continue to make it colder and colder, and it won't sort of freak out as much. But it's not. It shouldn't be in the tank. So, um, what we need to do is just basically make it a tubing system long enough that it can sort of journey around. but I also need it to get cold enough that it can start doing that journey and not sort of warming everywhere else up. So there's a few steps to that. The other thing that I needed to do, well, was check the schedule. So basically what we want to do is then make sure that we don't have everyone sleeping at the same time or downtime at the same time. So see, there is sort of a point. This hour here, there's currently no one on this. So what we'll do is that no one sleeps through the morning. So we're going to shift this and we're going to say for this schedule, I can't remember how to do this. Right clicking does not do it. Edit. No, it's edit name. Do I have to add a new schedule and then customize it? No. Delete schedule. Reset shifts. Shift alarms. What am I doing? I genuinely... Oh, is it just up here? Right, okay. It's been so long since I've done it. Alright, so we want 1 hour of bath time. And these guys are going to go for the middle of the day. Not those guys. These guys. So in the middle of the day, they have 1 hour of bath time after they've slept through the morning, and then their downtime is sort of just through here. So we want to give, I was going to say Meep, but Meep's going to sort of disappear from the schedule completely. Alright, we've got a bunch of people in that top one, so we're going to go Gossman, Catalina, Joshua, and Quinn. Joshua, Catalina at the top, Gossman, and Quinn. There's 4 on that, 4 on that, 5 on that, still 7 on that. So let's push Abe to this bottom one as well. Okay. Now what we also have to do, excuse me, is fix the rest of this. So they should have an extra hour of downtime, but then they work all through the night. Yeah, so that totally offsets them to everyone else. So we've got our emergency light shift. Thank you for that suggestion. Okay. The next suggestion as well was that what I should be doing is conceding and upping this temperature threshold. So let's go 25.5 for our threshold. Hopefully we'll see some water shift through there. It's still not looking at, but it's 20, some 14 degrees there, so it's just basically losing the power is what's killing that at the moment. I do wonder if I should just get those manual generators just accessible and just let some guys do that. It's just that there's no sort of like continual like perpetuation of that. Here's some good news. 4 cycles we've got to get through to having that running again. This thing just isn't running at all, which is part of the problem here. I'm going to lower the requirement on him because I don't think I need him at all anymore. So we don't want anyone basically operating that. Got some... Is that power surging up here? That is dangerously low. Dangerously low. But it's just the water's not running at all. It's in the middle of the night. These guys just aren't doing anything. Again, it's in part, it's because these aren't backlogging at all. I mean, that one's completely disconnected at the moment. And there's been, what, a cave in here? That cave in. I accidentally deconstruct the wrong thing. So... I mean, we have to basically... all of this stuff on major priority. trying to think of what way I fix this. I feel like it's almost like I have to pump it out of the room to then, yeah, this. It makes me wonder if I should just build the layout as I want it, and then, excuse me, and then let it sort of. So it's radiant that I want to use. Is that right? So I'd go insulated with this guy. Like, say we insulate that out. Let's just go straight up there. Let's cancel that one. And would bridge that. Insulated, and then as soon as it hits there, it can go radiant. Bridge there. Radiant. Can't cross that point there, so I guess we go down. Good bridge. Radiant. That's the right way, yep. Radiant. What am I using for this? Is it steel? Pause. We have to do this all again. I just draw over it. Oh, let's take that too, haven't I? Because all of that was meant to be insulated. Okay, all the way back over it. Pain. Right, there we go. Back to plumbing. Insulated. That's insulated. Insulated to there, I think it will. Maybe we'll go run it to there. Insulated. Okay, so back to radiant. Then we run radiant across here. This is very optimistic about how cold I think this is going to be. I don't think we can go any further down than that because that's all super full. Go to there and then turn up and go insulated through this wall. To make sure that I had swapped back to iron ore there. And then here, radiant, bridge, radiant. Lucky people up here that actually get to have the cool stuff, potentially cool stuff, running through their room. And then where was I? Got to here. Actually, I reckon for this part we can then go insulated for the cost purpose. Watch how fast this all does not work and needs to be replaced. I don't know if they'll actually be able to get through that, so there's no point in sort of going that far across if I'm not even that doesn't make sense. I think what we've got to do is come down this way. So let's go plumbing, insulated, a little bit more of that, down, hop, hop. Cancel. And then we want to say deconstruct that. Now, what this means is that to start with, we're going to push like 80-degree oil through, right? Oh no, as it goes through, it drops to what, 60. So it's a terrible plan for a little while. But, well, I mean, we'll see how hot it comes back. It surely can't come back hotter than it already is, right? Okay, so you've not got a power wire connected to you yet. One off. Alright, and let's, that is absolute emergency. Plenty of busy work to do with this, nonsense cabling I've done there. No one's got time to... Let's put the emergency on getting this thing actually cooking as well. Yeah, get off again. Lost power again. I do wonder if I should disconnect those just to get something running. And they generate 1,000. Power at 800 watts. I do really feel like at the moment we're at the mercy of this this guy. 3.8 cycles. If we can survive that long, we have a small chance. I wonder as well if what I should do is just start to remove things that aren't useful. Things that don't sort of contribute at all, that are potentially connected to power. I realize I could kill my entire, like, set of plants as well with one run through of this oil. Let's watch the world burn together, shall we? I can't believe this is still going. Why is that such a hard command? Is it just everyone else wants to do something different? Got no water in production happening. One thing we could potentially do is shift this water to go up to the reservoir at the top. Like, it's 41 degrees, but at least it's running, right? I think the water in here is actually going down as well. Again, that's because we don't have in operation. Okay. That's in a vacuum too, so really anything that comes out of there will be the natural gas. Why are we totally out of lead here? Where is everyone? Still working on cabling? I can't believe how many sort of episodes I spent like watching the production of Oxygen, eagerly hoping that I'd reach a point where I would max out to then reach a point where that max out has like sort of caused me absolute disaster. A twist. I realize that one thing I could possibly do as well to burn through some more oxygen is go to the star map and just see if there's anything that I haven't studied. Are they actually analysing that? They are analysing that, they're just not doing it. Why are they not doing it? Oh, he just has no power. He's got no sightline because this is completely... Right, so I guess we've got to open that. Dig all of that, and then also it'll be dig what that drops through it. So I have no coal, so they aren't running. So let's go find some coal. It's my materials overlay. What color is coal? Would coal be down the bottom? A little lead down here. Yeah, for a specific thing. Consumable ore. Coal. Alright, so let's that out. So we know what we're looking for now. That's all coal. Alright, well let's copy this guy. We'll dig. Got all that coal. Surely some of this is going to be unreachable. Can't believe that yellow allet's still going too. How does it to get that lead? Some of this coal's pretty close. Real close. This has already got a whole big section requested of it, but it's just not reachable, I assume. So do that. All right there. I'll just proof for that. Sort of dig across the bottom of that. Gives us a bunch of coal to work with. Everyone again is just willing to jump off and do that while we're still waiting for this top priority thing. What was the other yellow alert? They're both oil refinery related? Oh, they're just that. Wait, does that mean I haven't... Oh. Active wire is what we want the top priority for, not the refinery. Although we do also want the refinery. Drop them to 9s. Let's get that lead. See this coal get these guys going again. Lovely. Alright, so at least we've got some of our electricity pumping again. And how's this guy looking? So 27, 28. I don't know if I should just start letting like 28 through. I'm dead again. Alright, let's not deconstruct. Let's it's enabled. Disenabled. It's not enabled. Alright. Hey, finally. Good job. Alright, so we've got that working again. I'm just going to up the speed here. I think there's too much else to hang to. We've got power running a little bit better now that we've got this guy back up and we've got coal again. Let's go for coal as a resource we're keeping an eye on here. It's a shame I can't. It's saying I've got 21 ton available. Is that just the amount that I dug out just then, or did I unblock something that allowed me to get through to more? Fell through there, but that's not diggable. Undig that as well. Oh, because it hasn't finished opening. This guy down here just isn't running, but that's because his pipe's blocked because he's got nothing. He's got no pipe to push into. Electricity? Will you offer me electricity? Increase bladder. Increase medicine, increase science. Not surely I'm on the hunt for people, but that's not bad. But I will stick with my common theme. I would imagine this is going to end before this pipe is up and running. So worst case, if someone feels that they're going to have to send me a message saying like, no, 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 don't do that. Should have time to correct it. The polluted water around this guy's only 63. That in part is because it's been off and on for so long. Sort of a bit more of a consistency of this operating, but I mean you can still see that the amount of fluid is running out. Like I said, I was tempted to make these cables longer, but that's not the issue, because there's the reservoirs that this stuff can store in as well, as opposed to just in the pipes. It's just whether or not we have guys actually in there operating it to keep it going. And we could always set up a second reservoir, say here and there, if we did have a backlog that was becoming sort of a bit more meaningful, which definitely isn't at the moment. I don't feel like there's too much I can do down here in terms of the heat. I think the heat, this bottom section is just the heat in this bottom section. Poor ash can though, having to sleep in 44-degree bed. You're a hero, ash can. I do feel that if you could have more than, if dupes have like different cycles for when they sleep, you could surely have like 4 dupes share the same one bed. I mean, they keep no personal stuff in these rooms. Our milled over here is too hot too, that I hear that our glossy Drecos may be doing their end. another day. 2 cycles away from our natural gas coming back. What's our pipe looking? Lots and lots of pipe. I mean, a lot of it's the radiant stuff because it all needs lead. Do I have enough lead? Is lead something that I just go and get? 32,000 tons available. I don't quite get if this is saying that that's what I have available to go dig out, and this is what I currently have in storage. Like that's been dug out and is just sitting around. So in the same sense, like, well, coal just blew from 21 to 41 tons, so surely that must mean that it's what they're digging out. Use visibility, but that's usable now, right? Let's dig out. Expected issue we had there. And let's mop up the liquid spill that was there. I don't know what that was, if someone just made a mess, or I assume that's usually what happened. And you can see that our next plant has succumbed to heat. This is at least running permanently at this point, and so is this guy. So again, looking at this guy here, I'm tempted to get rid of that just because it's, I always think there's something wrong because it's just constantly sitting there flashing at me. The liquid going through him is 29 degrees, so that's not too bad. Means that nothing's getting through because we wanted it, what, 25.5 is our threshold at the moment. Let's make it a clean 25. No, 25. Does that mean it's harder for me to get it? Sure. But does it look cleaner? It does. You can see every second one for him is basically hitting that threshold at the moment. So we're sort of getting there. The water coming out of this guy is dropping that in there at 42. It's 40 the more we get this way. Music is now suddenly stuck on a loop. So the game's about to lock up as well. You're overheating. And what was your job? You're the gas pump, so we don't even need you in there. Let's just deconstruct him. Let's not try and fix him. Although there is still heaps of gas in that room. Well, we've got either way. We've got to deconstruct him to replace him with one that actually do the job. The other thing about not having this guy do anything melted yet is that we actually need that sorted. So let's put that as an emergency. See if the emergency sound doesn't even go off at the moment while we've got our sound. Here we go. Just want to do this while I think of it. Let's copy that guy and make him steel. So he's currently... he can't push any more carbon dioxide out. I just feel like I could build a setup to try and pump carbon dioxide out into the rest of the world. So they're just out into space. Seem like we have a lot of it. Alright, so that's us coming to the end of this one. So thank you for the suggestions. We do live to fight another day. last count is we are 1.3 cycles away from our natural gas returning. I mean, for the experiment, I feel let's watch what happens is this when this pipe finally gets going and we start pumping 80-degree oil through our base, and what the result of that is. Let's also actually rebuild that wall there. Still be a while away. Still a fair bit of this build to keep going as well. They can't reach that point there, and that's going to be a problem because they can't actually get to him. So let's cancel those ones there. Reroute that, so we'll go copy, and it'll be that they come out and go down the ladder, across and up. So he's currently... Oh no, that was just power related, wasn't it? I mean, you can see how almost exclusively this guy is just pumping up the top. Maybe I need to lower that threshold again and just concede that 29 degrees is okay for this. It's just that every second one that guy does have it sort of about the right temperature. We're slowly getting there, but also this is slowly whittling down the amount of water that's living in there, that we might have to go and crack open a few more of these water systems. Which again, it might be that it passes the cool test, but then it fails the water sieve test, and then has to go back around to that guy anyway. Oh well, it's all happening. Are we better off than we were? Maybe not. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, we'll be here building pipe. Catch you later.